Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of the vlog series. Today we're going to talk to you about moving from your first NHS job to your next NHS job within the UK. Okay, so one really important thing to note about moving from one trust to another is to check what your motivations really are for moving. So we get lots of inquiries from doctors who say to us, well, I'd like to earn more money, or I'm not happy with the rota in the current trust I'm in, or I'd like some more exposure to different aspects of training or different aspects of work. Now, it may be that if you talk to your current employer about those things, they might be able to offer it to you there. So you should always weigh up the possibility of moving on from one thing to another against the potential for staying in your current role and getting the exact same things there. So again, you will often find that once you say to your employer, well, I'm now thinking about moving on, they may well change their tune and offer you that pay rise or offer you that experience in whatever it is you're looking for at the time. So speak to your employer first, be open and honest with them about your reasons for wanting to move and see whether there's anything that can be done at your current trust first. Okay, so assuming that you've spoken to your current employer and there's nothing that can be done about your current working situation, or perhaps you are reaching the end of a contract that is definitely ending and you're definitely ready to move, then the first things that you need to consider are all of the potential costs that will go and be associated with your move. So do keep in mind that when you move, you're going to need to change visa sponsor, and that's going to cost you a certain amount in terms of getting a new tier 2 sponsor and making a reapplication for you and potentially your family, of course. Also the costs of moving you, your family, your belongings, and taking them to a new location, and obviously the potential costs of renting and the associated costs around that of the new location itself. So you need to weigh up the amount that this is going to actually cost you against the benefits of moving as well. But once you've made that decision to move, you should then start all of the preparatory steps to preparing an application. So update your CV first and foremost and make sure it's in a great format. We do have an example format here if you wanted to get a copy of that. We'll put the contact details at the end of the video. Get references as well. It helps to have these ahead of time if you can, so speak to your current employer about who you're going to put down as your referee and get that all ready to go. Make sure that you're in a position to put in your applications and have time off booked for interviews in case you should receive telephone calls or invitations to interviews imminently. So make sure you're ready, do all of the preparatory steps before you even think about making your applications. Okay, so you're motivated to go, you're ready to go, now's the time to start making your applications. My advice is to cover all bases with applications to new jobs, so reach out directly to hospitals, reach out to agencies, and obviously use NHS and BMJ jobs where you can. Hopefully you'll have a good idea of the UK because you're already here, so you should know which areas you want to work in and what kind of trusts are going to suit you well. Speak to friends, speak to colleagues that are already in those hospitals and see whether they know who they can put you in touch with. So use your network now that you're here and you have one in order to get yourself out there. Hopefully it won't be too long. With a bit of NHS experience and some references behind you, it's usually much more straightforward for you to pick up multiple job options. So once you're ready and you've got your application in, hopefully you will find your next role, and we wish you the best of luck in that. Thanks so much for listening, as always. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of the vlog series. If you've got any questions or queries, or you're looking to move from one NHS trust to another, then please do get in touch. As always, we'll put the contact details up at the end of the video.